us not forget everything that happens. It's by the will of Allah. Holy will. It's time to unite and stand, and we will be the best amongst men. It's not time to be extreme or do the unthinkable, but to stand together as one. Tune into Sunnah followers, stream it every day, various platforms. Trust me, you'll find a way. Sunnah followers.
Okay. Ina alhamdulillah, wassalam, wassalamallah, wa rasulullah. Welcome everybody. I want to welcome all my sisters from the United Kingdom and from Germany. I also have sisters here from India. India's in the house, mashallah. I also have sisters here. My DNA cousins in Scotland. Yeah. When you do that ancestor.read.com, guys, your DNA people come out. So I want to welcome the sisters in Scotland, the Irish sisters. We redheads. Hello. Redheads in the house. Okay. And also, of course, we got our Arabic sisters here. DNA cousins, too. Shout out to the Sadats. Okay. Alhamdulillah. The reason why we have all these sisters here today, you know, asking me to do this lecture. As you guys know, this normally would have been my Living Islam class that I do for Ramadan. But instead, this is, since we are now in the beginning of the last 10 days of Ramadan. Oh, you like the pink? SubhanAllah, this is from my Somali sister, your cousin, Isra, your cousins, Norto. They brought me this, my Somali sisters. Hello, thank you. The abaya Somali too. You know, got to keep it real for the Somalis. But what happened was, guys, I changed my lecture because the sisters in the UK and in Germany were asking me about the last 10 days of Ramadan because they were here for the earlier class with Dr. Asim. And they had some questions about women and itikaf, and I'm going to talk about itikaf in more detail tomorrow. But they had questions about women and itikaf, and also the first question they had about was the last third of the night. I guess Dr. Asim spoke about that with you guys earlier. I was sleeping, so I don't know. But the last third of the night, every time of the year, is one of the best times for us to call upon Allah and make dua to him. You know, a lot of you sisters ask me, Sister Layla, how can I get my supplications answered? One of the best times to talk to Allah and ask him for anything is during the last third of any night. And a lot of my sisters here in the UK, in Scotland, in Ireland, even my sisters over there in India, this is the last third of the night for some of them. Yes, the last third of the night is right before, it ends right before Fajr. So right before Fajr, that's the best time to get up before the adhan for Fajr has been pronounced. That's the best time to make dua, because every night during the last third of it, Allah descends to the lowest heaven. And when we talk about heaven, we call it in English. Remember, Allah says in the Quran that there are 7, you think heavens. No. Paradise consists of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of levels of paradise. There's over 300 levels for the martyrs. Okay. So if I were to rewrite that into a better English word, there are 7 skies. Y'all understand? 7 skies. we see the lowest level. But above that, the angels, if we could see what the prophets could see, the angels, there's not a space in the skies where the angels are not standing in rows glorifying and praising Allah night and day. So there are 7 skies, not 7 heavens, 7 skies. And when we talk about 7 earths, that does not mean that there are 7 planet earths. That means that the earth, the ground, I'm speaking in grassroots American English, so that the sisters in Scotland, Ireland, by the way, shout out to the Geetones, my cousins, DNA. So that way they can understand the ground. There are 7 levels of the ground. Y'all understand? 7 skies, 7 grounds. The grounds go down, the skies go up. Is that understandable? That makes sense? So every night, Allah comes down to the lowest sky, and he says, is there anyone who is in need of anything from me? Is there anyone who wants or needs something from me? And he will grant it to you. So that's why it's one of the best times to supplicate. It's one of the best times to call upon Allah for help for whatever it is you need. So for you sisters in Europe, because you're in different countries in Europe, and I know you guys are, most of you, some of you are in the last third. The sister here said it's 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4 o'clock, where you might be in the last third of the night. This is the time to make your supplications. And you want to do that all year round, not just during the last 10 days of Ramadan, but you want to do it all year round if you can. You understand? Is that understandable? Sister Mina, am I making it clear in English? Mina, because they were confused with all the Arabic. Yeah. Y'all understand about the skies? That's not paradise. Skies, not heavens as we think of it. Sky. Okay. And don't try to figure out how Allah does what he does. For the new shahadas here, Sister Savannah, Sister Sandra, don't ask, how is it, Sister Layla, that Allah is above his throne, but he comes down every night? Don't ask that. Remember, Allah can do what you and I can't even think to do. Allah can be in a million places if he wants to at one time. So those type of questions come from your personal jinn, as Dr. Asim would use in Arabic when he talked about what was it he talked about that you guys were confused? The ruh and the nas, the nafs and the ruh. That's talking about your soul and your personal jinn. So Arabic is a language, it's not a religion. And when you guys hear people use these Arabic terms, don't hesitate to ask them to explain what that is in English. My dawah is in nothing but grassroots English. I had nothing to do with this. I am an Arab who doesn't speak Arab fluently. It was planned this way. When I was a kid, my stepfather, the imam of my community, said she ain't learning no Arabic. She's going to learn everything. I grew up in the 60s after Malcolm X. Okay? They said, we ain't teaching her nothing in Arabic. She's going to learn true Islam, not that Elijah Muhammad crap, because that's what was going on in the 60s, that Elijah Muhammad crap. They said, we're teaching her Islam in grassroots English, so she can grow up to be a daya. And I was a little kid. I had nothing to do with that. That was my mother, my stepfather, and the imam of my community. Mukhtar's father. That was Mukhtar's father's choice. Imam Latif. Imam Latif taught Arabic. Imam Mutawaf said English. Okay. And also I give a shout out to Imam Latif and his daughters here. MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum, sisters. How y'all doing? You know, we related. My niece, my brother was married to Imam Latif's daughter, one of his daughters. We related. Alhamdulillah. Keeping it real. All right. So anyway, guys, I hope that's clear. And again, like I discussed earlier today with you guys, the jinn, that was another question that one of you sisters had. The sister from India. Yeah, you had a question about the jinn being locked up. That hadith is referring to Iblis, Shaitan himself, and his ifrit, which are the most destructive jinn, not your personal jinn. Your personal jinn is assigned to you when you reach the age of puberty, and she will never leave you until you die. And then she'll be your companion in the hellfire if you should end up there. So your personal jinn is never leaving you. It's never locked up. That hadith is referring to Iblis, Shaitan, Satan himself, and his toughest soldiers, which ain't thinking about you or me. The tough soldiers, they try to take down the scholars. Y'all got it? The people of knowledge, the prophets, and their inheritors of knowledge. Y'all got it? Okay, so that brings us to tonight's discussion. A lot of you sisters ask me to do this talk because you want to know how to reap the reward of the night of Qadr. And what is the night of Qadr? And I know my Sadat relatives don't talk about me because I can't pronounce the call. Okay. Born in the USA, Bruce. Okay. But what is it about the night of Qadr? How can I reap the reward of the night of decree? First of all, again, what does the night of Qadr refer to? This is the night. This is the one night out of the year in which Allah shares with all the angels. He shares with the angels what's going to happen for the upcoming year. Who's going to be born? Who's going to die? When will the eclipse come? Where it's going to rain, where it's going to snow, whether there'll be war, where he's going to send war this time, who he's going to affect that time. He shares what he's going to do for the upcoming year with them. And as a result of that, all the angels, including the archangels, you guys know of them as archangels in English. Who are the archangels? They are the strongest. The angel Jibril, Michael, all the great angels descend the earth that night to make dua for the believers, asking Allah to forgive us of our sins. And that's why I tell you guys, there's no such thing as an Islamic New Year. But if there would have been a new year in Islam, it would have been the month of Ramadan to begin it. Because Ramadan, this is the month in which Allah shares what's going to happen for the upcoming year. Okay? So that's the night of decree. It's the night that Allah shares his knowledge with the angels as to what he's going to do to his creation for that year. Everybody understand? Is that clear? Okay, this is plain English, no Arabic. Okay. Okay. Sandra said it's clear. Okay. Mashallah. So now that brings us to the discussion. Sister Layla, how can I reap the benefits of that night? As Dr. Asim told you guys, no one knows what night it will be. This was deliberate. At first, Allah shared that knowledge with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but then Allah took it away because he told the Prophet, I want the people to work for it. Because if they knew what night it was, they wouldn't work for it. They'd only just do good and remember me that night. I want them to search for it, work for it, earn the rewards of my forgiveness, because that's the night that Allah forgives us of all our sins. You knew shahadas. Your sins were forgiven when you declare La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Well, any sins you've committed since then, as long as you are not engaging in a major sin. What do I mean by that? Let's use Sandra as an example here. Wa alaikum salam, Samira. Let's use Sandra. Moderators, take care of it. Let's use Sandra as an example here. Sandra quit smoking, and I'm so proud of you. MashaAllah. Kudos, kudos, kudos. Sandra quit smoking. She started her Nicoderm patch program the week before Ramadan. Last week, she was done. And like she said, she feels good. She's smoke-free. Okay. So, but if Sandra had not stopped smoking, smoking is a sin. It's haram because nicotine is an intoxicant. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said all intoxicants are khamr, meaning all intoxicants are like alcohol and they're all forbidden. Okay, so alhamdulillah, Sandra kicked that habit. But if she was still smoking cigarettes, none of her prayers, none of her fasts, none of her good deeds would be accepted, period, dot. And again, I want to stress that to all the new shahadas. You cannot deliberately, intentionally disobey Allah. When we deliberately, intentionally disobey Allah, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah has no need of any of your deeds. Okay, remember, what does the word Muslim mean? Muslim means a person who submits. I am submitting to my Lord, to his will, to what he commands. Islam means total submission. I'm submitting my face, my body, my heart, my entire life to Allah. You understand? You cannot be in denial of him. You cannot pick and choose, well, I'll submit to you on this level, but I won't submit to you on that. So as long as you are not deliberately or intentionally disobeying Allah, Allah will forgive you on the night of Qadr for all your past sins. Y'all understand that? That's the catch. Nothing comes easy. There's a catch to everything. The catch is you cannot be deliberately disobeying him. So what does that mean? That means you sisters have to wear them hijabs. You have to continue to dress like lailanasheeba. And I'm talking, bring your veils over your bosom like I do. Wear abayas so people can't see the shape of your body unless the wind blows or something. Baby got back, you know that. We can't hide that. We can hide the front though. Baby got front too. Hello. You know, got to keep it real. So dress the way Allah commands us to dress, perform our prayers, fast, stay away from the unlawful, and Allah will forgive you of all your sins. So does that mean I have to stay up all night? This is the question. Does that mean for the next 10 days, the next 9 days, I have to stop working? I have to stay at home and spend all my time praying and reading Quran? This is where the confusion comes in. The answer is no. Remember, Islam is a religion of dignity, a religion of humility and balance. If none of us could spend the whole 10 days just reading and praying. Oh my God, we're not angels. We're human. Flesh, blood, human. Y'all understand that? So you do not have to spend the whole 10 days reading and praying. That's not correct. We have the hadith. Whereas when the last 10 days of Ramadan began, Aisha, radiallahu anha, the wife of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she got her period. It happens. How many of us been there, done that? I ain't got to do it no more, alhamdulillah. But Aisha, radiallahu anha, got her menses. And she got angry, like we all get as women. She said, oh, Prophet of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, look at this. My menses is here. She said, how can I, reap the reward of the night of Qadr? How can I even search for it? How can I even do anything when I'm on my menses? I can't fast. I can't pray. Listen to the answer, all women. Listen to the answer. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, oh, Aish, that was his nickname to her. He said, it's just your menses. Continue doing what you've been doing, controlling your tongue, Aish, doing the good deeds that are pleasing to Allah, helping others, and just make dua. Just ask Allah to forgive you for your sins. That's it. So you don't have to pray all day, read Quran. Carry on with your normal activity. Go to work if you have, because you're not going to be able to take off from work. A lot of people can't take off from work, especially if you work in the health field, like a lot of you do. A lot of you sisters are nurses. Nurses are in demand. Y'all know y'all can't get no 2 weeks off. Okay? You go to work as usual. Sans arrêt. Comprenez? Pour monsieur qui est Moroccan, for my Moroccan sister there. Comprenez maintenant? Okay. She said, asked me to say it in French. I said it in French for her. Moroccans like to speak French for some reason instead of the Arabic. Hello. But anyway, and mashallah, may Allah bless you, sister. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. No, je ne travaille pas. Je ne travaille pas. She asked him, do I work? No, I retired. Je ne travaille pas. Maintenant, non, pas moi. But anyway, get back to the English. You carry on, sans arrêt. Carry on without interruption. That's what sans arrêt means. Carry on without interruption. Go to work. Continue on with your regular routine. Continue to control your tongue, because we're women. We get upset. We use that B word. Comprenez? Maintenant, la petite chienne. They understand. All right. We use that B word a lot as women. We're very ungrateful too. We don't appreciate our husbands. We get angry at the kids and tell the kids they're nothing to. Oh, we got to control it. Continue to control your emotions. Continue to refrain and restrain, your emotions and your desires. Continue with your supplications if you're on your period. Continue to make dua and just go on, and you will reap the reward. Does everybody understand that? Don't feel bad because your menses came. Your menses is a blessing from Allah. Write it down. Write it down. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, we are not like the Christians. Allah doesn't curse his creation that way. A woman's menses is not a curse. It's Allah's way of giving a woman a chance to recharge, because we women are weaker than men physically. We're weaker than men emotionally, and we can be weaker than them spiritually too. So Allah allows a woman to have a menses so we can get away, take a break from fasting. Take a break from all that praying and recharge ourselves. Your menses is not a curse. It is a blessing from Allah. And you sisters, take it from this old woman here. Je n'ai pas jeune. Okay, I'm not young. I'm an old woman. Okay. When your menses is gone, you will miss it. You know why? Layla has to do the whole 29, 30 days. I ain't had a break. I got to pray all 5 of those prayers every single day and fast every day. Boy, that's the one time I do miss my menses is Ramadan, because sometimes you need that break. So you're going to miss that break when it's gone. So it's not a curse. You know, you carry on with your obligations, you know, carry on with your commitments. And I'm going to talk about right now, set a game plan in effect. Everybody ready for this? For the children that are watching, I hope you guys have me on TV. Are they watching me on TV, the children? Okay. By the way, guys, for those of you who are new, if you want to put me on the big screen, you can see me live on TV. Whatever smart TV you got, go to YouTube channel Sunnahfollowers, and you will see Pretty in Pink. Y'all remember that show? Y'all know I'm an 80s girl. I'm sorry. Pretty in Pink. Okay. All right, guys. Oh, my little cousin's here saying I look just like my family. Yeah, I know. Sadat, Anwar Sadat, may Allah forgive him of his sins. I mean, okay. So let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen. Okay, you sisters, y'all keep it real, huh? All right. Yeah. Y'all got me laughing on TV. I'm on TV laughing. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm not supposed to smile. Muslim women, we got to keep it real. Y'all will make these brothers come up in here and I have to start putting on my toughness. I have to get my sword out, do my salama. The blood runs through there too. Salama. Can't be laughing. All right, let's put this PowerPoint up. I'm going to show you guys how to make the most of these last 10 days, inshallah. And just so y'all can see, this is what we're waiting on. This is what we're waiting on. Y'all see that full moon? This is the moon of the wolf. Y'all see that? For those of you who are fantastical like lailanasheeba, hello, I got to finish writing in my book tonight too. My novel is almost complete. But if you're a fantastical woman, this is the night of the wolf. Hello, look out. Let me put this up. I'm going to share it first to the sisters here in Zoom. Y'all look at the moon while I get my PowerPoint up here. This is day 20. So it goes right here. Okay. Yeah, the moon of the wolf. You a vampire? No, I've never been team at work. I'm Jacoba. Yeah, you sisters are crazy, man. Y'all gonna get me in some trouble. Yeah, y'all gonna get Layla in trouble. Okay, here we go. Let me share my PowerPoint now. Get lailanasheeba in trouble. Okay, here we go. There's PowerPoint. There's yours truly with a serious face. No laughing, no smiling. You got to be serious as a Muslim woman. Got to keep the dawah real. Otherwise, you get those brothers coming up in here that you got to kick out. And when you kick them out, they slander you. Yeah. Okay. Can everybody see the screen? Mina, y'all can see it on Facebook, right? I mean, on YouTube, because I'm getting ready to.
Yeah, we can share.
Is it big screened like this? Is it now big screened?
Not yet.
Okay, hold on. Okay, this is what we're going to. Uh-oh, what did I do? Did I click it right? Yeah. This is what we're going to be speaking about today. How to make the most of these last 10 days. We're not Christians. We ain't looking for Santa Claus. It ain't about staying up all night. thinking that some man's going to come down the chimney. Some of you sisters probably wish a man would. Hello, you better get over that crap. Man come down the chimney, you better be ready to stick them and burn them up. Hello. This ain't Christmas for us. The night of Carter is not Christmas. We don't look out the window for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer either. So there's this misconception that you have to stay up all night long praying. This is some Sufism. It's not Islamism. Y'all understand that, sisters? So, since we don't have to stay up all night praying and reading Quran, how can we reap the reward and make the most of these days? Well, let's take a look. It all begins with the hadith. We have this hadith that we've spoken about many times here. The hadith narrated by Ibn Abbas, radiallahu anhu. He said that he tells us that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam shared this with him. He warned against 5 obstacles that can prevent us from succeeding in life and in the hereafter. He said, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, take advantage of 5 things before 5 other things happen. Number 1, your youth goes away and you become too old. What does that mean? How many of you know people who say, I'm going to wait till I'm old to make Hajj? You should make Hajj whenever you meet the criteria. Why would you put off doing something good when you're too old, when your knees are gone, you can no longer walk? You have to have somebody, pay somebody to push you in a wheelchair back and forth to do the sa'i and the tawaf. You should have made Hajj when you were young and healthy. The Prophet said, take advantage of your youth before you become too old. Take advantage of your health before you become sick. Make the best use of your money before you end up poor. And take care of your time before there becomes a time in life where you don't have free time anymore. And make the most of your life before death. And that's the source. So this hadith, like many others, is typically brief, but it's very comprehensive and it's loaded with a lot of meaning. It points out the importance of time for us as Muslims and how as Muslims we should take the initiative to invest in it. Okay, and that's what we want to do during these last 10 days of Ramadan. You don't have to spend them up all night and all day. Okay, but we want to make the most of these days. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam reminded the companions of this in many instances. For example, he said, lose no time or waste no time doing good deeds. Do as many good deeds as you can before you are caught up by one of the 7 calamities that will prevent you from being able to do good. One of those calamities is starvation, which can impair your judgment, or a prosperity that can mislead you, or a sickness that can damage your health, or old age, which can harm your mental capacities, or a sudden death, or the Antichrist, or the day of judgment. Subhanallah. So a lot of us as Muslims and human beings, we don't make the most of our time. A lot of the kids nowadays and some of the men, we talked about the scrub men. One of the signs that you're married to a scrub, he sits up playing Xbox all day long. He got no job. He doesn't work. He has no money. He has nothing to bring to the table. He's always borrowing your car, borrowing your credit card. And how does he spend his time? Sitting up playing Xbox, wasting his time. Okay, you don't want to be like a scrub. You want to make the most of your time, spend it wisely, because death can come at any moment. Does everybody understand that? Do not delay doing good deeds, because you never know when death will come knocking at your door, or an accident. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was adamant on this. And also in another hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if a person were worried, he would rush and do things. And if he rushes and do things, he'll reach his destination sooner. What does that mean? If you thought about death more, I think about death every day. Every day, guys. That's the one thing I fear, other than Allah, is death, the destroyer of the pleasures of life. If we thought about death more, if we looked at each day as if it were our last day on this planet, we wouldn't put off doing good deeds. Okay? And that's what the Prophet was speaking about here. Also, one of the early scholars tells us the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave this as an example to illustrate our journey to a safe haven in the afterlife. Shaitan, supported by man's evil desires and wishful thinking, stands in the way of our Jannah, of our paradise. If a person is fully aware of this and has purity of intention regarding his deeds, then you become safe from Shaitan's conniving. And when we talk about Shaitan, who are we speaking about? We're speaking about your personal jinn that is never locked up, your personal jinn that never leaves you. So we have to set goals for ourselves, guys. And this is something that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam encouraged the companions to do. And this is what I encourage all of my students to do every Ramadan. And this is what I personally do. We need to set goals for ourselves during these last 10 days. How can I reap the reward of the night of Qadr, the night of decree? I don't have to become a fanatic and stay up all night like the Christians do, waiting for Santa Claus. All I have to do is set goals for myself every day and manage my time well. So write it down, screenshot it. What I want you sisters to do tonight, and for those of you in the UK to do today, sit down and ask yourself, what goals are you aiming for this year? Because remember, you should see growth from this Ramadan to the next Ramadan. We spent this Ramadan self-evaluating. Every one of you should know what your weaknesses are as a Muslim woman. Every one of you should know what things you need to work on that will bring you closer to Allah and make you a better, stronger believer. So what goals do you have? Maybe you are working on becoming more independent. Maybe you realize that ingratitude is a problem. So you need to work on being more thankful this year. Or maybe for most of you, you realize that your goal should be to have a better understanding of this religion so you can practice it well. Whatever your goals are, write them down. I want you to write them down tonight. What is it that you're going to be asking Allah for when you make your supplications during these last 10 days? Oh Allah, make me more independent. And again, your supplication does not have to be in Arabic. I get sick of this. Whoever's telling you that you can't go to paradise unless you speak Arab, those people got mental issues. Okay? All right? You can talk to Allah in whatever language you speak. If Allah can understand an ant, when the ant says, oh Allah, please don't allow Solomon to step on me. If Allah could understand the fish in the sea when they made dua, asking Allah to forgive Jonah, alayhi salam, who was in the belly of the whale. If Allah can understand a cockroach, an ant, a goldfish, what makes you think he don't understand English when he's the one that gave you that language? Language came from him. So what supplications are you going to be making that's going to bring you closer to Allah? Oh Allah, make me independent. Oh Allah, make me more thankful. Oh Allah, grant me knowledge and understanding of this deen. Keep me strong upon Siratul Mustaqim. Oh Allah, send me a righteous man. That's a lot of y'all's supplication. Don't say send me a man. Oh Allah, send me a righteous husband. Send me a righteous man who will make me his wife. Write it down. Whatever you're aiming for this year. Maybe you're aiming to make Hajj this year. Whatever it is, write it down. But I want you sisters to keep this in mind. Understand what our purpose in life is. We were created to worship Allah. And Allah told us that just because we believe in him is not enough. Not just because we say we believe in him, is not enough. We have to prove it. We have to prove it through our actions. So whatever goals you make should center around that. Whatever goals you set for yourself should be in sync with what Allah likes, with what Allah loves. And whatever goals you make should help you to get closer to Allah. For you sisters, maybe you want to marry a brother. Oh Allah. Oh Allah. Oh Allah. Allow me and this righteous man to be married and live together in peace and happiness without the grits being thrown on them. Hello. Gotta put a joke in there. What was that man's name? Al Green with the grits. Y'all get it? Medea. So make a checklist, sisters, of what you want for this upcoming year. What goals you want for yourself that will help you to become a better Muslim closer to Allah. And then put a plan together to help you accomplish it. Because planning offers two elements that bring order to your life. Number one, it tells you how to get from where you are to where you want to be. And secondly, it identifies what it takes to get there. Y'all get it? So planning is the key to controlling the events in your life. And through planning, you can be proactive in reaching your goals. Now I'm going to break it down. What do I mean by this? All sounds beautiful. Oh yeah, Layla. Okay, let's break it down. Once your goals are set, you begin each day with a plan. And how do I begin each day with a plan? What I want you sisters to do tonight, whatever your goals are, say your goal is to learn more about this religion, to better your understanding of Islam. So, here we go. Number one, my goal is to increase my understanding and practice of the religion. So, how will I get there? Well, I will wake up each morning during these last 10 days. And when I wake up, the first thing I will do is thank Allah. Thank Allah for giving me another chance to earn his love and pleasure. And that's based on the fact that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us to start our day. Begin your day remembering Allah. So my first goal in the morning, when I wake up for Fajr, before I even pray Fajr, when I first wake up, I'm going to thank Allah for giving me another chance to earn his love. So you're basically planning your day out. And then after I make Fajr, instead of jumping up, watching TV, instead of jumping up, turning on the Oprah show, sitcoms, instead of watching Vampire Diaries, that's my thing. By the way, that's Stefan and that hairdo. Instead of watching the Vampire Diaries, I'm going to read one verse of the Quran and ponder its meaning. And then ask myself, how can I implement the meaning of this verse into my life? So that's what you're going to do tomorrow when you wake up. Thank Allah. Then after you make Fajr, you're going to take just 15 minutes to read one verse of the Quran on your phone and ponder what that one verse is saying and how you can apply it to your life. And then when I go to school or when I go to work, I will remember that I am unique. I am a Muslim and I am unique. And I will focus on keeping my allegiance to Allah and to his religion. And I'm going to distance myself. That means I'm not going to get too close to the non-Muslims around me because I'm living in a non-faith-centered environment. As Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd, may Allah bless Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd and forgive him of his sins. I mean, your sister talking to you, Kareem. Hello, shout out. As he teaches in his book, Diluting Wella Well Better. Okay, we have to distance ourselves. We go to work, we go to school, we interact on a business level with the non-Muslims, but always keep in mind that you're not one of them. I am unique. My allegiance is to Allah, to the Prophet Muhammad and the religion of Islam and its people, not these non-Muslims. And then later, when I return home from work or I return home from school, I will prepare dinner for my family. And together we will join Sunnah followers to learn the religion. Because my class, Sister Layla's on at 7 o'clock. Since it's Ramadan. We go back to 6 after Ramadan. Layla's on at 7 o'clock. I'm going to put Sister Layla on the TV. And we're going to learn from her. We're going to take notes. We're going to study. And then after we eat dinner, I will take my daughters or my sisters and we will pray together. And I will send my husband and the boys to the mosque. Because during these last 10 days, the reward for the men is the mosque, not the women. You want to encourage your men to go to the sons and brothers and fathers to go to the mosque and continue Taraweeh with the imam or even do itikaf with them. So after dinner, I'll pray with my daughters. I'm going to send my husband and my sons to the mosque. Okay? See how I'm making the plan? This is my whole day planned out. And then later, after we put the kids to bed, I will take some me time and sit and talk to Allah about my day. Just go into a room, a little niche in my house for me, and I will sit there and talk to Allah. Hey, Allah, Assalamu alaikum, how you doing? I love you, Allah. Seriously, hold a conversation. I talk to Allah all the time. Allah, let me tell you about my day. I went to work today, Allah, and I was able to distance myself. I distanced myself. I didn't care what those sisters were saying about me. Those women at my job were saying. They made fun of me, but I know they're really jealous of me. Oh, Allah, Allah, thank you. Thank you, Allah, for giving me the ability to walk away from them women and not care what they say. Sit there and hold a conversation with him. Complain to Allah. Remember, we talked about how Allah says he hears the prayer of the woman that complains to him. Take your complaints to Allah after you get the kids put to bed. And then ask Allah for guidance, ask Allah for strength, and make whatever supplications you have. Oh Allah, bless me with a deeper understanding of this religion. Oh Allah, keep me firm in practice. Oh Allah, forgive me of my sins. And oh Allah, keep my children firm. Keep them upon Sirat al-Mustaqim. Ameen. And then I want you to think about your personal spiritual growth for that day. Think about the choices you made that day. Think about the decisions you made that day. And ask yourself, was that a good thing to do? Because if once we hold ourselves accountable after we do something, if we did something wrong, we can go and make it right. Y'all understand? So this is how we spend those last 10 days. And then you get up, your husband's home. Now it's time for, it's the night of the wolf. You sisters get me? Let's keep it real. It's the night of the wolf. Time to satisfy brother Maine. Hello. Time for that back breaking. Y'all know, keep it real. So this is how you spend those last 10 days. You don't have to spend the whole time reading Quran. That's nonsense. Nowhere did Allah say that. So I use this example because most of you sisters work. Some of you sisters are in school. The children are in school. So this is just a routine. Just set your daily goal. And this is what you do every night, guys. And then after you ponder your spiritual growth, set your goals for the next day. Do this every night and it'll become a habit and you'll find yourself doing it all year round. And that's how we reach our goals, because it's all about prioritizing. What's number one? My knowledge, my understanding of the deen. What's number two? Being more independent. What's number three? Being more patient with my children. Number four, becoming a she-wolf for my husband. Oh, yeah. Learn from an old woman like lailanasheeba, sisters. Okay? So prioritizing is the key to relieve the stress of too little time, because what we want to do requires more time than we have. So we must decide what to leave undone. So I want you sisters to work on that, prioritizing what goals do you want to walk away from this Ramadan aiming for. And those goals should all center around your purpose in life. And you map out each day, each night, your plan of action to reach that goal. Get that person out off that screen, y'all. It's always Jean-Louis. Okay? So, to gain the most out of the last 10 days of Ramadan, we must take the time to manage our time productively. And doing this will keep us from falling victim to shaitan and losing the blessing of the night of Qadr. Everything in Islam is within moderation. Whoever's telling you to stay up all night like it's Santa Claus Christmas, these people are crazy. That's not Islam. You continue on sans arrêt about your day, carrying out your normal task, your normal obligations, and doing the good deeds that are pleasing to Allah, but throw supplications in. Supplications asking Allah to forgive you of your sins. And set a goal for yourself each day. Set a plan of action to help you reach it. That's how we make the most of these last 10 days of Ramadan. So, like I said, I don't know what happened that a lot of you got confused. The sisters got confused. I wasn't here earlier, so I don't know what happened to throw y'all off from that. But that's it. That's all you do. That's it. Continue sans arrêt. Okay. Any questions? Any comments? Go ahead with them. Go
I have
ahead.
a question.
Yes, go ahead.
When we talking to Allah, Do we make 2 rakats after, or just talk to Allah in general?
You
like
can just
we should
talk.
always follow up with a rakat.
If you want to do a rakat, you can, but I talk to Allah all the time. I just sit right here. Y'all don't know. Y'all hear me talking all the time? Do y'all hear me talking? I be talking to Allah. I just sit right here, Allah. You know what? Look at this. What am I supposed to do with this email? That's what I was doing earlier today. You wasn't here, Mina, but I think Sabrine heard me. I looked at my email. I said, Allah, look at this. What am I supposed to do with this email? Then Allah, y'all be surprised. Allah will answer you back. You feel it in your heart. Allah, that angel, remember the angel, we have a jinn assigned to us and we have an angel assigned to the heart. That angel assigned to your heart will inspire you. When I read that email from the sisters in the UK, I said, what is Allah? Look at this. What am I supposed to do? What happened? I said, I couldn't even sleep, my Lord. I said, I woke up, didn't have but an hour's sleep. I was taking a shower. I couldn't turn my back from the website for an hour. What am I supposed to do? And then the angel in my heart said, do your lecture on it today, Layla. Break down the 10, how to spend the 10 days. And then my mother called. My mother said, you need to talk about that. She said, you need to let these sisters know that they don't have to stay up all night looking for Christmas. And so, you'll be surprised. Allah will answer you. Just sit there and talk to him like you talk to me. He'll answer you. That angel will inspire you as to what to do. When you live by yourself for 30 years, y'all, you learn to trust and depend on Allah. Allah is my talker, my protector, all of that. Yeah. But do you guys get it? I just don't want you sisters thinking that you have to take off from work, lose your job. Because that's one of the emails I got. The sister was thinking that she can't work. She's supposed to just stay home. No. Continue on with your regular routine. Just continue to guard your tongue, guard your actions, and make lots of supplications. Asking Allah to forgive you of your sins. That's it. Make some goals for yourself. And you want to keep working on those goals until after Ramadan ends. Even after the next Ramadan, even after Ramadan ends until the next Ramadan. Any other questions or comments?
And two, Sister Layla, I had another question on that. Throughout the whole day, we do that because the night of Qadr might be the day for us because it's night for someone else.
Yeah, don't worry.
Do that's the whole day.
That's a good question. And Allah, time in the hereafter is nothing like time in this world. Allah did this to make us work for it. Okay? If you just, you don't have to walk around saying, oh, Allah, forgive me for my sins. Oh, Allah, forgive me for my sins. No. No, it ain't like that either. Just live your life. Whoa. Hit it, Rihanna. Just live your life, guys. But take the time when you make your salats. Ask Allah to forgive you of your sin. That's all. Or if you're on your menses, raise your, when you cooking dinner, take a break. Oh, Allah, forgive me of my sins. Keep it moving. That's it. You ain't got to walk around all day saying, oh, Allah, forgive me of my sins. Oh, Allah, forgive me of my sins. Oh. No. Common sense. Okay, just say it in the morning. Say it in the morning. One time in the morning. When you wake up for Fajr and you're reading that little verse, ask Allah to forgive you of your sins. When you come home from work, and make another dua. Oh, Allah, forgive me of my sins. Right before you go to bed, oh, Allah, forgive me of my sins. Just say it in the morning, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and once at night. And you ain't even got to do all three of them. I'm just giving y'all an example. Just say it in the morning and say it at night. Or just say it in the morning. That's all. Y'all understand? Islam is balanced. Balanced. Allah wants you to live your life. Whoa. But just remember him when you're doing it. Yeah, I got to put that humor in there. Yeah, any other questions? Itikaf, I'm going to talk about that too. Itikaf can only be done in the mosque. I don't know where this is. Well, that's some Sufism. The Moroccan sisters are asking me about that. No, n'est pas juste. It's not correct. That's Sufism, and Morocco is one of the most Sufiest countries on earth. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. C'est la vie. But anyway, Allah is clear in the Quran. Allah says itikaf must be done in the mosque. It has to be done in the mosque. Okay? A woman cannot do itikaf for the ritual that's done during Ramadan, which is secluding yourself in the mosque to remember Allah. A woman cannot do that in her home. No. Itikaf is only at the mosque. But we women get more blessings staying at home, practicing our religion than anywhere else. So if I were you sisters, I wouldn't even worry about that itikaf, because you getting the if you follow the routine like the example I gave you, that's it. You're getting rewarded. Your reward is in your bait, el bait, compane, the home, not the mosque. What's up with you Moroccan sisters? What's up? All that French. Y'all got all that French to the brain. Y'all need to get back to the Arabic and understand itikaf is at the mosque, not in the home. Yeah, understand? But don't worry about it. You're getting blessings being at home, practicing your religion. You're secluding yourself in your home. You're staying in your home like Allah commanded. You're doing everything in your home. You're protecting yourself from the harm of others, and you're protecting others from your harm. So you sisters got it going on in the house. But send your husbands and your sons to the mosque. And by the way, when you encourage your husband to go to the mosque, you get his reward. So not only is Allah rewarding you for staying in your home and obeying him and practicing your religion, but Allah is giving you the reward that your husband gets for going to the mosque to practice, to pray behind the imam and to remember Allah. So you understand? Does that make sense to you, sisters? PT Brad, you got something? What do you mean, rough sister? What do you mean? PT Brad, what's wrong? What's rough? Brad, you got something to say? Here we go. Y'all see why you can't smile and laugh? I told you, sisters, when I smile and laugh, it brings those men in with their fitna. So I got to keep it rough, man. You got to be rough on this internet. Or here I go. Let Layla put on her camera and got a problem, Pratt? What's up? Got a problem, dude? It's a shame you got to be that way. Any other questions? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You can do it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like I told you guys, the night of Qadr, it changes every year. We have a hadith from Ibn Abbas, radiallahu anhu. He said that night, the last year of the Prophet Muhammad's life, that's when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said it could be an odd night, but it could be an even night. It changes. We're supposed to look for it all 10 days, not just the odd nights. This is a misconception. And I know a lot of Muslims think it's an odd night. And how do you know that? It could have been an even night. It could be tonight. Could have been last night. So who told you it's just an odd night? I tell you guys, for every hadith, there's a story. That's why I have a degree in history. History is everything, guys. We have to know the story behind what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Okay? There's something happened to make him say what he said. He said this year it could be an odd night, but it could be an even one as well. So you look for it during the entire 10 days, all 10 days, not just the odd, not just the even, all of them. Even Aisha, radiallahu anha, after the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, died, that's when the wives of the Prophet, they all did itikaf every year. And Aisha used to tell the women, because Islam was spreading through the Roman and the Persian Empire. And as the Persians and the Romans converted to Islam, they would send delegations of men and women to learn, to Medina to learn from the companions. And when Umar, radiallahu anhu, became the caliph, he officially, because he got sick and tired of all that misinformation, Ibn Masud said one thing, Aisha said another thing, Ibn Masud said another thing. So that's when Umar said, we're going to can this. When it comes to issues of fiqh regarding women, y'all go to Aisha. When it comes to issues of fiqh regarding the family, Aisha, it will handle all that. So Umar canned all that crap. He got sick of it. He said, nobody knows about women better than a woman, better than Aisha. So y'all take it to her. Okay, so Aisha told the women as they would come to her to learn, she would tell them, what do you mean it's only an odd night? Who told you that? She said, that was the year that my husband died. How do you know that it's an odd night to this year? Time is different with Allah than it is for you and me. She said, you sisters do what my husband said do. Search for it during all last 10 days, not just the odd nights. Okay, so that's why it's important to learn the history of those hadiths. Most Muslims today don't understand the hadith. They don't know the history. Layla do. I learned them. All right, any other questions? Okay, this is what, Sandra? That you? Okay, Sandra said, okay, all right, she's typing. She said that one of the brothers at the mosque, scrub. She said one of the brothers at the mosque told her that she's supposed to cover her face. And she told him, no, she don't. And she said he told her that the prophet's wives covered their face. She said, no, they did not. Prove it. Okay. She said he looked at her like she was crazy. And she said, I got a teacher. And my teacher is lailanasheeba. She said, if you got questions, go talk to Layla. And the brothers rolled his eyes and walked away. So she's asking me here, how did they do their face? Okay, the women, Arab women did not wear burqa. That's not part of the Arabic women's dress. This is how the prophet's wives would wear hijab. Most of the time, y'all ready for it? This is what they did. Y'all see me? As Aisha, radiallahu anha, said, we would go out at night in groups. The women would go out at night in groups so as the unbelievers, if any of them had any thoughts of attack, they wouldn't know who we were. We'd all wear our hijabs over our face like this. Y'all see how I got it? Look at me. Y'all can't tell who I am now, can you? They would wear their hood, their hijab down to cover their eyes like this. So you don't know who is who. If I was like this, another woman of my color like this, another woman of my color, you wouldn't be able to tell who's Layla. But Now you know. The eyes, guys, they didn't cover their faces. They covered their eyes like this because the eyes are the key to the soul. What makes us all different? How is it that people can tell what my family is? I got my relatives here from my father's side. They said, Layla, you are Sadat. All of us have the eyes, the eyebrows. That's what distinguishes us, our eyes. Layla, you will see my eyes. You know that's Layla. Ain't nobody got eyes like me. My eyes are unique. My eyebrows is my signature. But if I wear my hijab like this, y'all don't know who I am. That's why I wear hoods. So this is one way they would do. Okay? And this is when they would go out at night to answer the call of nature in a group. They do this. The other way they would do, and this is only if they were trying to not be recognized, so they wouldn't be kidnapped and ransomed and all that. Or they would do this. They'll walk in a group talking. When they see some men, they do this. Y'all seen the Haji Baba stuff. They do this. And then they take it down. They pass by a man, everybody, all together, all the women would do this and take it down. This, take it down. But did they walk around with their faces covered all the time? No, that's not Arabic women. No, 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 no. We don't dress that way. No, 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 no. They wore hoods and would do like y'all see me do with that. You know, history. We got to learn the history. Learn the history of Islam, guys. Learn the history of a people. Learn the history of the Arabic people. See, Arabic people know their history. I know mine. All right. But yeah, you told him right. You don't have to cover your face. And beware of those brothers coming upon you, new shahadas with that. You know, you got to be careful. And I'm glad you told him. How was his reaction when you told him to go talk to me? She said he rolled his eyes and walked away. He had nothing to say, did he? Oh, yeah. Nothing to say, did he? Because I'll tell him, bring the dalil. I got mine. Where's yours? Yeah. Good job, Sandra. All right. Any other questions or comments? Yeah, the Egyptian sisters say, yeah, that's why we wear hoods. Yeah, y'all see them hoods I wear in the wintertime? That's why I love hoods, because when I used to go to work, I would do that. I'd pull it down. But I'm going to tell y'all why I pulled it down at work. That way my supervisor wouldn't know I was asleep on the job. I'd pull that hood down, so if the supervisor came on the house, they wouldn't know that I was asleep, because I'd have my little hood. And I'd have my book in front of me like this, y'all. Lailanasheeba. What? I ain't sleep. I'm reading my book. I used to. Yeah, I used to wear it like that at work. That's why I got all them hoods. I wore them hoods to work. I didn't play. Bust me sleeping on the job. Hello. Yeah. Any other questions or comments? Yes, tomorrow. Okay, let me talk about that. Dr. Dramali's class they're on break. They're on their spring break until after Ramadan. So there will be no class with Dr. Dramali tomorrow. And also for my kids, the Sunnah follower kids, I have to get some sleep. So I ain't going to be here at 2 o'clock for the class. I'm going to be sleeping at 2 in the afternoon. Y'all know me. I'm a third shifter. I'm up all night. So no kids class until 7 o'clock. I want everybody to join my class at 7 tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to speak more about the night of Qadr. I'm going to also speak about some more about the last 10 days tomorrow. Yeah, let me see, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 12 a.m. your time, sister. Where you at? Birmingham. You in Birmingham, Alabama? Oh, she's in the Birmingham, UK. Okay, Birmingham in the UK. Yeah, that's going to be 12 a.m. your time. That's perfect. Oh, okay, she said that's perfect because her husband will be at the mosque and she'll have the kids in the bed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 12 a.m. your time would be my 7 o'clock class. And then my 11 o'clock class. What time is that for you? 4 in the morning? Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, you guys are getting a reward. You sisters in the UK and Ireland and Scotland, y'all getting the last third of the night stuff going on. Y'all got it going on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so those are the two classes tomorrow. My 7 o'clock class and my 11 o'clock class. Dr. Jamali's is off until after Ramadan. Everybody got it? All right, guys, no other questions. I'm going to log out because I still haven't eaten. I broke my fast 4 hours ago and I haven't eaten anything. So I'm going to go make, that's the side effect of that bariatric surgery. You're never hungry. I ain't never hungry. I can go without eating for days if I don't make myself. But I'm going to make some rice and I've made some bean soup or something. I'm going to put that over top of the rice, eat that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Zoom room is open. Feel free to join the Zoom room and hang out with the sisters in here. And inshallah, I want to thank everybody for joining and participating in this class. I'm proud of all you sisters. I'm proud of my new shahadas. Proud of you, Sandra. You checked that, brother, didn't you? Scrub, 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 scrub. And by the way, buy the new books too. After Ramadan, I'm going to be teaching 2 new books. Let me put the commercial up for you guys. Get these 2 books. Hold on. Let me do the commercial for it.
Living in this dunya, to the believer, is a prison. Living in this dunya, to the believer, it's a prison. Living in this dunya, to the believer, it's a prison. Only way we'll make it is surrender. Living in this dunya, to the believer, is a prison. Living in this, you just need to stay away. And you just need to stay away. Stay away today. There's a heavy price to pay. Stay away, stay away, stay away. Wait. Sister Layla live, Sister Layla live. Weekly for the show at the hour. Ask Sister Layla live, Sister Layla invite your friends and family, get cozy. Ask Sister Layla.
Hey, oh, we back on.
I have a question for you.
Okay, I was doing a cabbage patch. Ask Sister Layla. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I told her, but I guess she's not getting it. Maybe coming from you, she will understand. She say, as a Muslim woman, if you cannot go out, Allah say to stay in your home. You cannot have online dating with men. You cannot talk to the opposite sex. How the heck she's supposed to get married? That's what she's asking.
Okay, tell her
it's the steps, but she's not. Maybe coming from you, just tell her, Sister Layla.
Oh, tell her it's real easy. The way we get married, just the way they was doing it long before the 70s. The 70s is when this free sex and all this open sex stuff happened. The 1970s. When a Muslim woman wants to get married, it's a very easy procedure. You go to your guardian and you say, I'm ready to get married now. And then you just sit back and continue on, sans arrêt, and do your, it's his job. He will find the person. There's no trying him out in Islam. We don't try the man out.
Going to the guardian is not an option for her. She lives here in America, no brother, no family. Basically, all she can go to imam. But if she was to get married, she has to go by her father, meaning that they will not allow that anyway in
Wait
Africa.
a minute,
like
has she ever been married? Wait a minute, has she ever been married before?
Yes, she was.
That
yes.
don't apply to us. I told you, sisters, if you a woman who's already been married, that don't apply. That hadith about the fathers for the young virgin girls, you a woman that's been married quite a few times, like lailanasheeba. I'm just giving an example. Can y'all see me going to my father saying, Daddy, I want to get married? Oh, heck no. If my father tell me no, then that's different. The Prophet sallallahu, where's my dalil? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, when a woman who has been previously married comes to you telling you that she wants to get married, you have no right to deny her because she knows herself. What's the source? What's the source? Bukhari and Muslim. You ain't no virgin. So if your father, you tell your father you ready to get married, he supposed to go out and get a husband for you. If he don't, then and if he don't want you to get married, then you tell him. And if you don't get me married, I'm getting ready to go to the imam. In that case, she would go to the imam. And the imam is a man that specializes in this. He would contact her father. And he would say, you know, your daughter ain't no virgin. Your daughter done been there, done that. You can't deny her. Either you get her married or I'm going to take over your guardianship. That's how it works in Islam.
So, okay, Sister Layla, that question, this one, based on your answer, is going to be my own question. So, based on what I just heard, if your father, like, for example, if a woman, her father, like, for example, the father is sick, cannot, the father can say, well, whoever marry, I'm okay with you marrying someone. If you go to the imam and get married to a brother, that means that marriage is valid?
Of course.
That's what you mean?
Yeah, Islam is not complicated. The two easiest things to do in Islam is get married and get divorced. That's why we have the highest marriage and divorce rate on earth, because it's so simple. But like I said, it goes the way I said. You would go to the imam and say, I want to get married. My father, my brothers, and my uncles are refusing me. And so the imam will contact, y'all forget the most important part. The imam will contact your father, your brothers, or your uncle and say, your daughter, your sister, your niece has come to me saying that you will not allow her to get married. You know that this is against Islam. You know that this is, the Prophet said, never refuse a woman because this can lead to sin. So either you marry her or I will. Then that's how it goes. A case like me. Let me use myself for an example. Let's talk about it.
And by the way, what are you getting a piercing? Let's talk about it.
Any other questions?
This is gonna be good.
Welcome to Ask Sister Layla Live. I forgot. Let's talk about it. Layla, been married, been there, done that quite a few times. My brothers, I got 4 brothers. Oh, yeah, I do. They think I'm supposed to stay single until I die. All of them except one. Do you think I got to go to any of them? If I met the man of my dreams, if he rolled up on his carpet and said, here I am, and I tell my brothers I'm marrying this man that just rolled up on the carpet. If my brothers tell me no, do you think that's stopping Layla? Layla will get on the phone. Excuse me, Dr. Dramali. I got a brother that just rolled up on the carpet and I'm ready to get married. Dr. Jamali will marry me. And he'll first call my brother, probably Issa, and he'll say, Issa, yo, Sister Layla, y'all, why come y'all wouldn't get her married? Well, guess what? I'm doing it now. Sister Layla, bring him in. You getting married. Issa, you the guardian. And that's it. You know, that's for women that's been married before. All them other things about the virgin girls, that's different. My Bantus, y'all can't do that. Y'all got to have your father's approval. But we old women, we done been there, done that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Can't nobody stop me from getting married. I know myself. Remember, guys, Islam is a check and balance. Allah doesn't give too much power to anyone. The guardian has rights over you and you got rights over him. Just like your husband has rights over you and you have rights over him. So if you a woman that's been married before and had kids and all of that, and you want to get married, your father want to be crazy, that's his problem. You go to an imam who specializes in marriage and divorce, and you tell him, I want to get married, but the men in my family don't want me to. They want me to take care of them, because that's what it's about. They want me to provide and maintain them. So the imam will contact your father. He gonna contact your brothers, because they got to make sure that you ain't lying, because a lot of women lie. A lot of women don't even go to their guardians and ask. They just lie to hook up with a dude. So the imam has to verify that you ain't no liar. So he's going to contact your guardian and he's going to ask him, what's the problem? Why ain't you getting your sister married? Why ain't you getting your daughter married? And if the man confirms that he don't want you to get married, then the imam takes it from there. Islam is a check and balance, but the imam will make contact with your guardian, because you could be a liar. Women are devious. We lie. We cheat. We're scandalous. We fall in love with the idea of being in love. So the imam has got to make sure that you telling the truth. He gonna contact your guardian. You understand, sisters? That's the way Islam rules. That's how the prophet ruled.
I was asking question for a sister, but you have opened up the door or something. Yeah. I don't know, like, okay.
We have a hadith where a woman came to the prophet. She said, oh, prophet of Allah, I want to get married. I want to get married, but my family won't allow it. So the prophet went to her family. This is her right. Why aren't you allowing her to get married? And after talking to them, he said, who do you want to marry? He asked, man, you have a dowry? And the prophet married him. Here you go, Dalil. We have to learn this religion, guys. Most Muslims don't.
Last year, I asked you like a question when I called you, like, and I wanted to talk private with you, and you told me follow your heart. Okay. There was this brother that wasn't married, but my brothers, they did not agree. Why? Because they feel like if I get married, then whatever I was contributing to the family, I would no longer do it, because, stuff like that.
That's what they do.
So my mom didn't want to, but my dad, he's sick, but he said, I'm okay with whomever you marry, because he thinks that I will make the right choice based on how he knows.
Like the prophet say, we know ourselves, right?
So when I came here, the brother wanted to marry me. So since my brother didn't want to, my father was sick. So me and the brother, we got married at the masjid. We did not consummate or anything, but then my ustaz told me that marriage is null and void. So I let it go. So it's like basically we stop it right there. That's why when I ask you this question and you say this, it just makes me feel like, okay, maybe I did wrong. Maybe I'm still married. I don't know.
No, that's why we have to be careful who we go to. That's why I say people who, I didn't say an ustada. There's about 1,050,000 trillion people who use the title ustada. Are they really ustadas? No.
No, but based on Quran and Sunnah, like he would like basically the way you talk, he talk like I learned most from him.
Well, he don't know, because why would an ustada, if he was, that's why I told you guys, it has to be a person, not an ustada, because that's nobody. It has to be a judge. What Sheikh Morsi would tell you is the term in English is called a judge. a judge who specializes in marriage and divorce, a jurist. Just like for the Kafir women, they just don't have anybody marry them. They got to go to a judge because that's his specialty. Who is that?
So, Sister Leda, what do you think? I should go back to the fast? Talk to him. I mean, I don't know. Go to the mosque. I don't know. I'm confused right now. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Dr. Jamali is here. Wait a minute. Hold on. Here's
Yes.
Dr. Jamali. Dr. Jamali, Assalamu
Yes.
alaikum. Take over that. Yeah, go ahead.
Before is unlocked.
What's wrong with you? You got COVID?
No, but I'm just coughing.
What is wrong with you? You sick, dude?
That when I go to the masjid, everybody hugging me and kissing me.
I told you you can't be doing all that touching and stuff with people being COVIDed. People don't even wash their hands today. Oh, look at you.
Sister Leda, something very important for all the sisters on your line.
Yeah, let them hear it. Let me put you. Hold on. Let me put you.
Brother,
Hold on.
Sister Leda
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna
about-
share you. Wait a minute. I
Okay.
want them to hear this. Y'all see him on YouTube? Y'all, can they see Mina? Listen to Dr. Jamali.
we
I'm
can see
glad he came in. Okay, go ahead, Dr. Jamali. Yeah.
I didn't hear the sister question, but you were speaking about the guardian. Please, it's very important, brother and sister, to understand the guardian, of course, the father. But if the sister got divorced or her husband died or something, so she can choose her guardian. But also, what is the guardian? The guardian, somebody keeping all your rights, keeping just like my daughter in my heart. No one can make a problem with my daughter. Guarding my daughter. Guardian is a guardship, to guard that person. It's not only a paper. Oh, she's my guardian. Yes, married, but something happened. Who's in charge? The guardian, not her. Not her. That man, when I accept to be a guardian, then I have to defend her with every small thing. Whatever happened, the guardian responsible, not her. It's very important, brother and sister, with that. Is that clear, sisters? I hope you are clear.
Yes, so you're saying if your husband dies or you've been previously married, that we can choose a guardian if we're having issues with our father or something like that.
Yes, Sister Leda mentioned that. Yes.
Yes, and y'all, it'll be the procedure, like I said, because you are not a virgin. You done been married, like the prophet said. You know yourself, okay? But it has to be. The guardian is not just gonna, and the imam or whoever you choose as a guardian is not just gonna take your word for it, because women lie. They're going to call your family. Whoever you claim refused you. If it was your brother or your uncle that refused to marry you, he's going to contact him and say, why did you not marry your sister or your daughter? And if the man doesn't come up with a good reason, then that well, I'm marrying, I'm taking over. But he's a person like Jamali who specializes in that. For lailanasheeba, if I ever get married, because my brothers don't want to ever see me married, Jamali will be handling my marriages.
I would wish Sister Leda to get married because you're a righteous one for your husband, inshallah.
Yes.
Yes. So, sister, very important, but the most important thing, guardian is responsible with every small thing from A to Z. Told that it's not only a paper or agree to witnesses, and after that, nothing to do with that. It's a dangerous system. You have to understand that, please.
Yes. Y'all get it? But that's only for the woman that's been previously married. That ain't for you young girls.
Yes.
But my question is, because based on what Sister Leila said, my question is, am I still married or I'm not?
No, sister, honestly, I didn't hear your question. When Sister Leila went to speaking about Wali, so I was trying to go online, but I didn't hear your question. Can you repeat your question from the beginning?
Yeah, I was asking a question to Sister Leila about how do women get married, since there are some restrictions, which is good for them. But based on what she answered, that I figured that there was an issue that I had like long ago, 2 years ago. A brother that wanted to marry me. My brothers, they say no because, and I'm not gonna say that's what they think, but how I feel like based on their saying no is because that they're saying that that man, if that man marry me, that means that I won't be able to contribute to whatever I'm doing to the family. Like I will have to take care of that man, or I will have to give money to their family, or something like that. That's an African issue. So based on what they said, I did not say much. I mean, we went back and forth, back and forth. But my dad, he's sick. He has Parkinson's disease. But he told me, Umi, I am okay with whomever you marry. If that brother come ask me, I'm gonna marry. But my father doesn't have much to say because he's sick, and they don't put much attention to what he say. Or like he's not in charge. Let's say it that way. So when I came back to America, me and that brother, we went to the masjid and got married. Because to me, I was left to myself. My brothers will not agree. They don't understand the sunnah. And also they think that you have to, have dating with the brother for a few years. I say, but no, I cannot do that. You cannot just be boyfriend, girlfriend like for years. That's stuff like that's haram. So I went to the masjid and I got married. Then the ustaz, Magget, called me and said, I said, I got married yesterday. He said, haram, haram. Your dad was not there. Your dad did not give the approval to the imam. You just married like that. Your marriage is null and void. So I got scared. And I just run away from the brother. And I told him, no.
But your father agreed from the beginning, right?
Yes, my dad, from the beginning, he said that he will be okay. Me, I went based on that. I said, since my own father said yes, it doesn't matter what somebody else said. He said he would marry me to that brother if I want to. So that's why I have the audacity to went to the imam, because I knew from Sister Layla that you cannot marry yourself. But when my father agreed to me, all I need is my father saying, yes, you can marry. But they told me, no, that marriage is null and void. So I told the brother, well, we cannot stay together. We're not married. The family do not agree. So, excuse me, Assalamu alaikum. He was hurt, but I didn't want to commit sin either because I didn't know where I was. Like, honestly, I was confused. So the best thing I could do was to let him go.
When you perform the marriage, your father agree, but did your father spoke to that person when he married? He spoke to the imam. He spoke. Your father
No.
He told you face to face.
No, my dad did not spoke to the imam. My dad said that when I was in Africa, the marriage was the imam married us only when we got back to America. But my father in Senegal, he said, I'm agree to whomever you marry. Like, I'm okay that brother marrying you. He was the only one who said yes. But my brothers say no, my mom say no, they did not want it because, like I said, they think that if I marry that brother, that will take me away from the family. I won't be able to do what I'm supposed to. They say all kind of stuff. He's younger than you. He's this, he's that, all kind of nonsense.
Did you ask a question? Did you get married?
Yes, I got married. The imam married us.
Okay. When you got married, is the father, who's your wali, who's your guardian? Is number one. Who's your guardian at that time? Your father?
To me, that's what I think. My father, since he say yes.
Yes, it has to be variable. Yes to the imam, the one who performed the marriage, not to you.
Oh no, he did not say yes to the imam. He said yes to me.
And then who performed the marriage for you?
It's the imam of the masjid where I live here in
Okay, the imam in the masjid. What exactly he did? 2 witnesses, right?
Yeah, there was 3 people there also.
3, okay, and dowry also, mahar.
Yes.
And in that time, who's the guard? This is the key. Who's the guardian in that moment? The third person or your father? Your father is sick and he's in Africa.
Yes.
Who was your guardian, in other words?
When hold on, when you got married in that masjid or with the 3 people, and who was the guardian exactly? This is the question.
That I don't know who was the guardian. I just, like I said, to me in my mind is my father, but he was not present to say yes.
Yeah, I think
so it's like the imam who was my guardian.
Did he say that? This is a question.
No, I don't remember him saying nothing like that.
It's very important to know if the Imam say that. If the Imam say that, yes. If the third person say that, not the witnesses, a third person, yes. Okay. That this is one of the conditions of the marriage system. I mean, guardian, regardless your father is sick, you are in America now, not in Africa, have to be, and 2 witnesses. And dowry. Did he give you money, dowry?
Yes.
Okay, then I think you're missing very important thing. Is the guardian ask the Imam? I think the Imam was the guardian that time, maybe.
But the Imam did ask me. The Imam did ask me that did your father agree to that marriage? I say yes.
Okay, but the key to be 100% correct, if the Imam spoke to your dad.
That's the key. Like I told y'all, he got to confirm
he did not.
Okay, then that's not marriage.
It's not a
Then you have
marriage.
Alhamdulillah.
Exactly.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, that's the key,
Jazakallah.
sisters. That the Imam, like I told y'all, it ain't just going to no Imam from the hood getting married. Nope. It's got to be a one that specializes in this, like Dr. Jamali is a jurist. He specializes in that. And he's going to call your father or whoever your guardian is and ask, what's the problem? Why are you not marrying her? Or do you agree to the marriage or whatever? It has to be confirmed. We just don't take a woman's word.
Another question is, sister, are you married before?
Yes.
Okay, then you can choose your wedding system. You're in America, your father is sick, consider Africa, but if you want to get married here, you can choose so and so to be my guardian. But in the same time, that guardian, trust person, decent person, not have the advantage with you. A lot of brothers, by the way, to get married, they want the brother to get advantage sometimes. But if you married before, you can choose anybody, but the key, trustful person.
Yeah, I did not make the Imam my guardian. I just said my mind thought it was my father. So, but next time, inshallah, since this is not a marriage, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Jazakumullah khair. And next time I will do better, inshallah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, inshallah, sister. Yeah. Doing anything else, sister?
I'm glad you came in, subhanAllah, because I was trying to explain it to them, and I'm mashallah. Yeah, so y'all see that.
Really important about the wali, sister. You have to speak about it more. The wali, just like my daughter,
right?
Well, a person performed for my sister, my daughter, Azam, so a perform. He called my daughter, and she told him, speak to my dad. Don't speak with me, speak with my dad.
Right.
And then when Beto called me, I refused. Why? Because he wants a not decent person for my daughter. I told her, she's okay, Baba.
Yeah, it has to be somebody you trust. Like I said, I wouldn't trust nobody except Dr. Jamali to handle me, other than Sheikh Morsi. But I would even trust Jamali more because this is Jamali's thing, is marriage and divorce, you know?
Inshallah. Okay, Sister Laina. May Allah make it easy with everyone, inshallah.
Wait a minute, I have a question, inshallah. See what I heard you say? Okay. Now, okay. What I heard you say, I think what I heard you say is now the sister been married before.
It has to be previous.
Her dad had gave her his okay. But what I heard you say, because he didn't
confirm it that she wasn't lying. Yes.
To make sure.
Right.
Then that's why it wasn't a
marriage. Right. Because she could be a liar. I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. Women are devious creatures. We want a man. We want to get laid and paid.
But you know what kind of man you want to have.
Yeah, it was still, I mean, this is from the prophet. This is from the prophet.
I'm saying that it don't make no difference. It's no difference if I do know. They still gotta confirm what I'm saying.
Right, that you ain't a liar, that you're not a liar, because women lie. We do. We know ourselves. A woman will sell her father and tell everybody he's a drug addict, he's a murderer, he's a rapist, to just so they can have that Titanic experience. You see it every day here. Young girls run away from home and marry criminals, and say that I ain't gonna have my father as a guardian because he don't pray. No, it has to be confirmed. Whoever you choose to be a guardian, this is only if you've been previously married. He's got to confirm that you ain't lying. He's got to, like, for example, I use myself. If I want to get married, none of my brothers want me to get married for whatever reason, or they don't even like who I'm marrying, I can say bounce. I've been married, been there, done that. You can't stop me. I get on the phone, call up somebody else that I trust and ask that person to be my guardian. I'll call Jamali. Jamali, I want to get married. My brothers won't let me. What Jamali will do is say, give me Issa's phone number. Issa, why are you not allowing your sister to get married? She's 62 years old. Who you think you are? And then after he talks to him and confirms that, well, I'm marrying her for you. Hang the phone up, say, Layla, I'm your guardian now, I'll marry you. If the man, that's even if he don't agree. Because the prophet said a woman who's been previously married, she knows herself. But there has to be contact made with that guardian. Because I could have been lying. I could have been lying saying that my brothers refused me when I never went to them. You see what I'm saying? So it has to be confirmed.
Her situation, though. Her situation
is the same thing. Her situation. No, her situation was the imam who married her did not verify if she was a liar or not. He did not call her father. Whoever you say your guardian is, if she had said it was her brother or her cousin, whoever I'm going to asking to marry me has to verify that I ain't lying, that my brother has refused to do it. You just don't take my word, because I can be a liar, because people lie. And marriage, and the two things the Prophet Muhammad said we don't play with. We don't play with marriage. We don't play with divorce. Those are two things. Since they're so easy to do and so easy to be abused, whoever marries a woman and doesn't verify that what she says, he's going to be in that hellfire for that. That's a serious responsibility. That's why we tell y'all, go to people who specialize in it. Because just because a person is a ustada don't mean nothing. There's that little 10-year-old boy is a ustada. Ustada means what? Teacher. That's all it is. Sabrina's a teacher. You go to a person that specializes in marriage and divorce. And every imam here in America is supposed to be specialized in that. Yeah. Y'all understand? So it ain't no easy fix and it ain't no hard fix. You got to follow the rules. You got to go from A to B to C. You can't skip over B. You can't say my father said he'll marry me to anybody. Verify my story. Allah says when somebody comes to you, verify their story. Well, let me talk to your father. Give me his number. But since the imam didn't call her father and say, did you say that you agree with this? Then it's not valid. It's not valid. Unless Jamali calls my brother. Oh, I still got people in there too, don't I? Okay, let me close this out. Hold on, let me go. Now I'm starting to get hungry because I ain't ate nothing yet. Now I'm hungry. Entire screen. There it is. Zoom meeting, share. Is it working? Okay, guys, I'm sorry. My internet, I'm in my broke down computer. The internet goes down. Yeah. Yeah, any other questions or comments, guys? That was a pretty good discussion. Any questions or comments before I close out for tonight? I can take my time because I don't have to worry about getting up early in the morning. No questions, no comments. All right, guys, don't forget tomorrow we have my 7. I'm gonna do my class at 7, and then the 11 o'clock, which I'm gonna be speaking about the night of Carter still. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna close out for now. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.